Despite all of your preventative measures, the reality is that you could still come into contact with sick animals. Just one sick animal can cause an outbreak in your facility. Not only could this cost your facility thousands of dollars, but it can also have a lasting impression on your reputation. So let's take a look at symptoms to watch for and how to manage a sick animal. This process starts before the animal comes through your door. Be prepared to ask the client some important questions before they bring their pet in. This includes how recently they adopted their pet, vaccinations, and any history of infection, and whether the animal has been in contact with other animals, especially those that are sick. The next step is to figure out if the animal has any red flag symptoms that let you know that they might have an infection. This can include coughing, sneezing, vomiting, and fever. A checklist of symptoms can be a great tool to help your team figure out if the patient has a high risk of bringing an infectious pathogen into your facility. If despite all of your preventative measures, a sick animal comes into your facility, you may need to use protective gear such as gloves and a gown when handling them, depending on the severity of the symptoms. Ensure that your team is trained on proper hand hygiene and is doing their best to keep the infected animal isolated. Ensure that the animal does not come into contact with others on the way back out of your facility. After the visit is over, it's important to make sure that every surface that the animal may have touched is thoroughly cleaned and disinfected before any other animals are allowed in the area. This will help get rid of any harmful pathogens that may be left behind. This includes surfaces that you or your team might have touched, such as stethoscopes, door handles, and anything else that can act as a fomite for germs. When doing this, make sure to pay attention to the contact time on your disinfectant label. This is the length of time that the liquid must remain wet on the surface to properly kill germs. Coming into contact with infected animals is a fact of life, but that doesn't mean that outbreaks have to be. Infection prevention starts with the animal's first phone call and is built into every step of their visit.